So we're going to do an introduction or something.
That was the introduction. Ghouls.
Ghouls.
Ghouls
was the introduction.
Ghouls.
That one kind of looks like it's got pretty eyelashes.
It does. It does have pretty eyelashes. Yeah, I'll just get my spooky mask on again.
Oh, get the ugly one out.
Which one's the ugly one? This one?
The original
one.
Give me a
I
kiss.
like Panda's mask. It's almost like it's got a space for his panda ears.
It's the orange one.
This one. This one right here.
No. It's the one that looks like the beautiful one, but orange.
Oh, I don't know where that one went. Somebody took that one.
Oh, what?
It's gone.
Do you have the balloon?
I do. Balloon.
That looks like a chunk of bacon.
This is Pigcart's dead body on my head because he died.
Oh.
You should have given us a bunch of
That's
those
what
to
happens
put
to
in
my
our
corpse.
meat pool.
You're the ghoul.
I'm the ghoul.
Robbed
job,
my
Pigcart.
grave and
Ate your dead body. Although, I mean, if you've ever had a pork chop, I guess we're all ghouls, huh?
So, Joey, welcome. This is how most things go with us.
Yeah, pretty much. Like we said, it takes an hour.
I'm just eating a snack.
Right?
I'm here to be a background character, not a main character.
Background character is the best character. They're always the most loved.
Mm.
And the most likely to die too.
Oh,
Oh,
so
no.
Joey's not going to be the final girl? Is it going to be me? I'll always be the final girl.
Final
No,
girl, what?
Wait, how am I
American Horror Story?
I've never seen
Did
American
you-
Horror Story.
Well, you know how there's usually one girl that's always left alive at the end of a horror movie?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Well, they started
Oh.
calling it the final girl.
Oh, interesting.
that's not very spooky.
No, it's definitely not. It wasn't a very spooky American Horror Story, but it was fun because it was like an 80s themed one. It was kind of what gave me this idea because they're all at a summer camp, and I was like, oh, kind of like summer camps I remember.
Ideas. Well, since it was your idea, Copper, I think you should go first with the telling of the spooky stare.
I didn't get a spooky story. I spent
you
all my
didn't?
time building.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I didn't have time. I mean, I
Who
know a
does have
spooky
spooky
story, but
Okay.
not very good.
Go for it.
So back in the 17 and 1800s, there's a town in New England, in Maine, that's called Buckport. And the man that founded it was Jonathan Buck, or he was like a colonel or a captain or something like that.
Rockabye.
He was a big, important man, basically owned the town, was in charge of everything. So the story goes that there was a woman in town that he believed was a witch. Dun, dun, dun. Although some of the local legends do mention that he may possibly been having an illicit affair with her as well. No one's sure. So he accused her of being a witch in front of everyone in the town. And of course, being of this time, yeah, all you need to do is being accused. So they decided to burn her at the stake. So before they sentenced her to death, she said, "I'm going to dance on your grave for eternity." So life went on for the people in Bucks Harbor, or whatever it was that they called it back then. And the colonel, captain guy, John Bucks, he died in like 1755 or something like that. And the day after they laid his body to rest, in his tombstone there was a engraved foot and part of a leg on his tombstone. Now, the people of the village tried everything they could. They replaced the tombstone. It came back the next day. They tried steel brushing it off. They tried everything they could think of. But every time that they got rid of it or replaced the tombstone, the foot would always come back. Now, I actually grew up near this town, and it's part of a festival every year where they actually replace the headstone, and the next day there's the engraving on the headstone. I'm sure they just switch them out, but spooky.
Woo.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Very
spooky. Yeah.
story. I like it. Do we do like a round of applause?
Yay!
Oops, I'm dancing on Joey.
T clap clap. What?
If I had a lighter, I'd light it.
Whoops.
Woo.
Well done.
I like it though. Yeah.
I was clapping and going woo, but I was muted.
I muted myself before.
All right, who's next?
Go round in a circle. Round in a
How
circle.
many heads do you have,
I'll-
Mike? An entire
guess-
inventory full?
Oh, what's up?
Is that all he had in his inventory, Jane? Was heads?
No, I had more
I
than
don't
that.
know what all he had.
I
just
had
picked
more.
up as much as I could.
Yeah, I think the one ugly girl head is gone though, which is sad. That makes me kind of sad.
One ugly girl head.
I can give you one. Hold on.
Oh, that works perfectly. That replaces that. I don't want to. This one scares me. I don't want to wear this one. If we are going in this circle, though, I guess I could go ahead and tell my spooky story, which is actually a personal story that happened to my sisters. The way the story goes, it was a dark and stormy. Wait, it wasn't actually stormy. It was a dark night. Joey's drowning. Okay. It was 2011, no, 2008 Super Bowl. The Giants were playing. I don't know who they were playing with because I was 8 years old. I was just a little kid. But I remember, they were playing the Patriots apparently. We were watching it, getting all pumped up and everything. And meanwhile, while I was eating this amazing bag, first time ever eating spicy Doritos, upstairs, what was happening was super, super creepy. My little sister at the time was about 5 years old, and she was upstairs with my older. That's so distracting too. She was upstairs with my older sisters talking, and my little sister started talking about one of her friends. And at the time, she was 5. She didn't really have any friends. She didn't go to a nursery or anything. She just kind of stayed home all the time because she was still real young. I think she might have been 4 actually. She was just a toddler. But she starts telling my sisters about this friend of hers named a guy, and my sisters were like, "Who's this guy friend that you're talking about?" And my little sister said something along the lines of, "Oh, he's a shadow. He's just a dark shadow guy." And my sisters asked, they continued to ask. They were like, "What do you mean? What are you talking about, shadow guy?" And he's like, and my sister goes, my baby sister says, "He's actually outside right now. He's looking at us through the window." And at this point, my sisters were freaking out a little bit. I'm still sitting downstairs eating Doritos, having no idea about any of this going on. But my little sister says to my older sister, she goes, "My friend wants to come in. He wants to come in and play." And this is where it starts getting creepy because my older sisters, were freaking out, knowing that this was some weird, creepy. It's just a creepy friend, a ghost, imaginary friend of my little sister, I guess. But what really made this really all freaky was when my little sister, she goes over to the bed. They're all sitting on the bed together, only her and all my older sisters. She looks under the bed and she gasps, and all of a sudden she goes, "My friend's here. He's underneath." And that's when all of a sudden I hear all my sisters start sprinting down the stairs, screaming their heads off because my little sister had an imaginary friend that she wanted to play with. And that's my ghost story.
God.
Wow.
Kids
Yeah.
are so freaky sometimes.
They really are.
The scariest stories are about children.
Yeah.
They really
No,
are,
I
yeah.
have one like that with Henry.
Always.
He had the baby monitors, right? You can pick up all kinds
Uh-oh.
of crazy stuff on those. Yeah. Well, I was just sitting in the living room watching TV. All of a sudden, I hear a blood curdling scream, and I run into the bedroom, and he is fast asleep. There's no one in there.
Wow.
Nothing. That happened a few more times. It was so freaky. And it wasn't like an electric distortion, like interference kind of like screech. It was like literal woman screaming. It was
Oh, man.
terrifying. I was like, what am I picking up?
No thanks.
Yeah,
That is very
exactly.
Nope.
Exactly. Yeah. I was like, I don't think I need this. I think my room is close enough so I can hear him.
Yeah, spooky stuff like that. There's been a few times where stuff like that has happened. That wasn't like my own, horror story, my own personal scary story. I've had some of my own, but that was probably the creepiest one that I was like a part of, I guess.
Did you go check the bed afterwards?
Oh yeah, there was nothing underneath. It was just her
I
shadow.
was
hiding.
underneath.
No, gosh.
It was me.
Oh no! All this time. Ah.
I've come back to haunt you as a ghost.
Uh,
Ooh.
He's hiding in a box.
Joey in a box. Joey in a box.
well, what about? I guess it's your turn then, Pigcart, for your spooky story. Unless you don't have one.
Oh,
Unless you
I
do.
don't have one of my own.
That's
However, I
okay.
have affiliated myself completely by accident, and it's not even my fault, it's Newt's fault, with the Dogman.
The Minecraft.
Has anyone heard
horror
of the
story.
Dogman?
I've not.
The comic.
No.
Yeah,
The comic?
it's a
I haven't
comic.
even heard of that.
I mean, I've heard
Is
of
it?
werewolves. Is that what the Dogman is?
No, you're wrong.
Okay, it was a
Get out.
question. I wasn't making a statement.
No, it's the Dogman. And apparently this is a very serious thing for a lot of people. So I
Okay.
have a huge list of stories that I can read out about spooky encounters with the Dogman.
All right.
Ooh.
Wait, is this
Somebody name a
like
state.
Florida?
Florida. Let me see.
You're
Do I have
welcome,
one from
Mike.
Florida?
Let's see, Tennessee.
Oh
Oh,
gosh,
Tennessee?
the ones where I live is
Yeah.
what Tucker's saying.
Tennessee's got to have someone. They always got some good. Tennessee and like Kentucky, they
I
all
think
have
feeling
good.
Tennessee would have a lot of Bigfoot, Sasquatch.
Virginia. Well, they've got
Yep.
all the mountain creature stories, definitely.
Yeah,
Do you want Hamilton, Jefferson County, Dixon County, or Knox County?
Knox
Wow.
County. Ooh,
Okie dokie.
this
Oh,
for
it's
Tennessee,
very
right?
short, this one.
Oh, no.
Let me tell you about the spooky Dogman in Knox County. So, my father and we were driving late at night near a wooded area. No cars, no houses, nothing was nearby. My father and we both noticed an 8-foot tall creature lurking in the woods. It had a wolf-like face. Its eyes were huge and glowing. It had the body of a man, and it was black. It was standing like a human would. It made eye contact with us. Then it ran extremely fast into the wooded area. My dad and we called it Catman. Except we were wrong because it was a Dogman. How stupid of us. We'd make jokes about it from time to time, try to tell other people about our encounter, but they wouldn't listen. They all laughed at us. But they'll see when the Dogman comes for them. 12 a.m., June 2015.
Ooh,
Spooky.
I like
did
how
add
you
a bit of
especially like the
schematics.
Catman part. Catman
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
Catman.
That was a good one. I
Got
like.
another
Oh,
one?
well done. Well done.
There's like so many of these things. So many people reporting, "Ooh, there's dogmen in the woods." Very strange.
I've never heard of Dogman until that one sign
I hadn't
I
either.
saw on your one boat. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, me
What?
too. The
Yeah.
SS Dogman.
Yeah, I'd
Oh,
never
yeah.
known about that.
It's just Newt keeps calling me Dogman. I don't know why, but
Are
guess
you
I'm
really
the Dogman
tall in real life?
now. Well, he wouldn't know that.
Well,
True.
maybe if you had told him.
Oh, I don't even know how tall I am.
Are you over
You look
tall?
like you're about The same height as me.
I mean, you look like you're the height of a pig to me.
Try again.
Whoa! How is this happening?
I'm a ghost.
Floating.
Keep up.
That's weird.
I don't know how he can float way up. Hacks.
I'm a ghost. No, I'm a ghost.
Did you
No, it's not
trade
my
your
fault. I died.
character movement with like a spider or something?
Spiders.
Or
Oh,
make it
no.
so it was always like you were on ice?
Spiders don't turn into ghosts.
No, but they float up.
Interesting.
They float. Nobody told me spiders float.
They definitely do. So they can float
Is this
down
an
on your
Australian
face while you're
thing?
sleeping. No, it's
They
an
only do that in
everywhere thing.
Australia.
No, everywhere. Barking spiders too. You ever heard of them?
That sounds
No.
horrifying. I hate
I
any
don't
type
think
of
I want
spider.
to.
You've never heard of a barking spider.
No,
It
that
was the
sounds.
dog spider.
You've really never. For real, you're not messing with me.
I've never heard of it.
You
Yeah.
this much
Sounds atrocious.
really, Mike? You're American. I would think that you'd heard it before.
No.
You've never had someone fart around you and then be like, "Did you fart?"
What?
And they're like, "No, it was the barking spiders."
Mm,
No,
well,
I've never.
that's
That
just
must be a
sad.
New England thing. People say that all over the place here.
Do you know
Really?
it, Pigcart?
No, I've never heard of this before.
Or, yeah, if somebody like if you fart and someone's like, "Did you fart?" You're like, "No, it's the barking spiders."
My grandpa used to say whenever he would fart, he'd go, "Oh, the frogs are croaking again."
Yeah.
That's what he would say. I've never heard that one.
Just blame
I
the
think
dog.
I think it was
I like
my
that one.
dad that had first said it to me like when I was real little, you know. I say it to my son too. He's like, "What? There's no barking spiders."
That's interesting.
That was you. No, definitely wasn't.
I've learned something new today.
There you go. You're welcome.
We've all learned something new
I've
today.
expanded your minds.
Newt says spiders barking would be terrifying. He's here with us in spirit.
He's here in your stream, yeah?
Sure.
Oh, you're
yeah.
streaming? I didn't
Pigcart,
know.
you're streaming all this?
Yeah, I've got her.
You're supposed to tell people that so we don't accidentally swear.
That's fine. I don't enforce that on my streams.
It's not
Joey,
fine. Joey,
checking your
Edit
box.
it out.
So you're trying to say your
Yeah.
streams are not
Coffee.
family friendly?
Well, it doesn't matter for
There
YouTube.
you
I can
go.
just edit it out. Oh,
right.
dang darn shoot.
who's next?
Got
Yeah,
it.
this Black
Damn
Panda
it.
would be next.
Me.
We're going in the circle.
Oh my god, it's me.
Shush, Newt.
Newt, we miss you.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to move the
Only
page a little bit.
Copper does, but
Right,
Okay.
somebody get an ender chest.
Why?
wait.
I think
Wait,
Newt's
no, I
is
don't
in
have
the.
any.
There's one in the.
I was going to put
castle.
his head down. Doesn't matter.
I always have.
Hold on.
don't
Panda's
Hold on.
got Newt's head.
Somebody put his head down.
There you go.
There we go. Newt's here.
Newt's here.
Newt's here. Doki costume.
Yay! Newt's here in spirit.
Let's put it over here.
You know, we could also have. Hold up. We could also have Rocker Buck's here in spirit too.
His eyes in some of the floating creepy decorations with like tendrils coming out of them. You're definitely moving like a spider over there.
No, I'm a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Okay.
Black Panda. It's time
Okay.
for your spooky story.
So my story is from quite local to me. You gotta take into account that it is like 1900s, not too far, not too close to our own year. And I hate this. It's so horrible. I hate being centre of attention. Okay. So
You're doing great.
there was a girl who we believe was a maid. Thank you for sitting in front of my screen. I'm not paying any attention. God, so hard. Right, so yeah. This girl, she had made her way down to a lovely little town called Bala one fair night. And while she was walking home, which we're guessing would be about 4 miles up a mountain, Not too difficult. Pitch black. So as she's walking along, she comes across a stranger who was leading a big white dog. Strange and creepy, especially around here. Good evening, he said to her, like that. That's weird. As it's quite late, would it be better for me to see you home, do you think? He said. Well, no. I'm not scared of the dark. At all. But I'm frightened to death of dogs. I don't want... No, thank you. And on she went. And when she came a little bit further, to her surprise, she met this man. She met another man leading a white cow. Cow? I'm finding it really hard to believe. I'm Welsh. It's Welsh Hills. It should be sheep. Right. Good evening, he greeted her. May I do you a good deed? You're out late. May I offer you some assistance? May I walk you home? No, indeed you may not. I'm not scared of the dark, but I'm terribly frightened of cows. She sounds very frightened of everything. Okay, so on she went a little bit further, and she came across a place called Penafal.
That
She
is
met...
an interesting name.
Is it?
Yeah.
I can't tell you what it means, but it's Penafal. Right, she came across a young man riding a white horse. Oh, hello, he said. Who is this beautiful young girl walking home by herself? May I offer to see you home? No, you may not, she said. Well, I better had, he said. No, indeed, you may not. I'd better go, she said. I tell you why, I'm not fond of ponies. No, I'm very fond of ponies, but I detest horsemen. Well then, look here, he said. Take the pony so you can ride back on his back. So she got on this pony and she started to think, oh, maybe I've got this wrong. Maybe he is quite nice. I'm paraphrasing a little bit because this story is really bloody long. And now my eyesight's going. Okay, so she continued on this horse. She left this young man to walk home alone, as he'd been so nice to give her this horse to ride back. As she come up to the top of the mountain and was starting to cross the moorland, 2 doors slammed shut in front of her. Thinking this is just getting a little bit freaky. Where did these doors come from? We're on a moorland, there's nothing here. She thought, right, I can't go that way, so we'll turn around, we'll go back again. She turns around, she goes about 5 minutes down this track, and slam, 2 more doors shut in front of her face. She starts to get a little bit frightened now, so she could, right, we're just going to go straight across this moorland. We might just end up in a bog, but, you know, I've got to get home. It's late, it's dark, I've got to go. So as she started to do this, 2 more doors slammed in front of her. And she's getting scared now. Just like I am, because everyone's watching and everyone's listening. This is really scary. As she turned around to go back again, this young man was stood right in front of her. And he turned to her and said, I've caught you now. I'll give you one warning. I'll give you a month and a day. I don't know why a month and a day, but a month and a day. To make up your mind whether you want to be my wife. Well, the offer had frightened her, and yet she found him quite handsome. Stupid girl. Well, all right then, she said. I'll take the challenge, and I'll come and meet you in a month and a day. And that's what happened. And when she said that, he disappeared. Poof. All those doors disappeared. Everything disappeared. She got home, and then a month and a half later, For some reason, she disappeared. And this is actually meant to be a true story for some strange reason. And that is actually it.
Ooh.
And I am
Interesting.
Dogman got her.
Wait, so she ran off with the dude from Pedophilia? Is this
Yeah,
a
not
story
quite.
about dirty old men?
By the sounds of it, it's
no.
about dirty young men on horses running off with women. And they're
Why
probably
would
going
she
to be
go
English.
back into the woods? That's stupid. Dumb.
She went onto the moorland. There's nothing
I'm
there.
just-
That's even stupider too.
How is there such a thing as white cows? Just purely
Yes,
white
of course
cows?
there's white
Yeah.
cows.
Without the
Albino
black
cows.
spots?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've never seen an
Yeah.
albino cow.
You know there's cows are mostly like brown and stuff, right? The white and black are just Jersey cows.
The white and black
Yeah.
are Jersey, and then you have... There's a French breed.
Island. There's
What? Which are meant to be really horrible.
We're gonna have a horror story pretty soon ourselves of the one of Joey and how he drowned in a box.
Okay, so apparently British cows are usually quite white as a classic breed. But, you know, weird. Right, so
Spooky.
that was me.
I think they're supposed to be
Yeah,
quite
considered
spooky.
Spooky voice.
like from God if they're in India, the white cows.
All cows.
All cows, yeah. But especially white ones, right? There's something about the colors. Or maybe it was a different color. There's something I remember hearing.
Is that a threat?
Oh no! All the grass is broken!
Oh no! So yeah, the story itself probably lost quite a bit in translation, unfortunately.
Oops.
It sounds a lot better
I don't
when
know, it was
someone's
interesting, though.
speaking it in Welsh. In Welsh, plus being able to
Oh.
pronounce the places would be helpful. I can say
I can
battler.
read it in Welsh for you right now.
Well, it's a good story. The girl is dumb.
Very
Definitely
dumb.
don't go running off with any men you find in the mountain offering you horses. That's just silly.
Talking about that's why I do that every.
Is that your dream,
Thursday.
Mike?
Well, no, every Thursday night, get a buddy,
Yes.
meet up with him in the woods, and ride on horses.
Bongo, come here.
Mike, they made a
Look over to Bongo.
they made a film about that.
You made a film about what?
No,
Oh,
Oh no!
they made a film about two blokes on horseback.
Oh yeah, Brokeback Mountain.
gosh, no. If that's what I'm thinking. Of.
Every Thursday night, go Brokebackin'. It's
Ugh.
got Wolverine. It does have Wolverine. It does have Wolverine.
Do you like my horse?
Oh, hey, yeah, guys, it's Thursday, so I'm gonna go with my friend now, and we're gonna ride on the horseback into the woods. So we'll see you guys later.
All right, let's go.
You're a bit late, aren't you?
It's too bad that you can't ride two people to a horse. That would be funny.
Just need the bucket. I haven't got the bucket. I've got Picard's head.
I don't have the bucket.
I have my
you
own
go.
bucket.
I got you.
Yeah,
Why is
I'm
Joey
going
just
as
in the
well.
chat now?
Ooh.
The spookiest part is that. Why? Okay, the spookiest part is that this pumpkin head right here has my hoodie on it for some reason. What is up with that?
The pumpkin head.
Right behind you, Copper. Look, it has my hood on it.
Oh yeah.
My
got-
hoodie.
I got it off the Minecraft skin site and had Jane kill me a bunch of times while I was wearing it.
Interesting.
Yup.
Future
Bongo.
version.
Yep.
Like,
Bongo.
oh, poor Bongo.
Bongo. Okay. Jen next.
Jane supposedly has the most spooky
Scary.
story of all.
Unless if I get it right to make it Well, it's not spooky, it's scary. Well, what makes it scary is that it really happened. And apparently the things I'm going to talk about are in a museum in America. I just forget the name of the museum now, but anyway.
Americans nicking everything. God.
And I also do not remember the names of the people, but that's fine.
No. Hey. Go on, Buggo. Back in the corner.
I'm ready to hear it, though. I'm ready to hear it, Shane. Your scary story.
Oh.
He's not doing this. He's told pick up.
I think I've discovered something real quick, by the way, guys. Every time Joey gets too scared, he closes himself up. It's kind of sad.
You coward! Get out of there!
Do you need your blankie, Joey? It's spooky.
Ooh, spooky. Oh no! I threw my pickaxe back to him.
They tell you the horse.
I think it'd be even spookier if we had bad guys
like,
roaming
it's walking
around.
the opposite direction.
What, Jane? Sorry.
Yeah. You might not want that with my story. But anyway, rather no bad guys walking around. Okay, so I'm going to do my best, but I only literally finished afternoon, so I did not write anything down. Anyway, so in, I think it was the 1898 or 1889, somewhere back then, long ago, there was a bridge builder that came to Africa, build a bridge across the river for the railways, and we'll get some commentary from our bird just now. And he came here, and there were, I think, 3 different groups of people that worked there and lived in tents with thorn trees. Now, the Africa up there, wherever it happened, was nice and dry with long grass and everything making a noise whenever animals and people walk on it. The first day he's there in Africa, he's always wanted to come to Africa, so he knows everything about all the animals, much more than what the other people that have been there longer knew. And the first, when he actually gets there and he goes into they say the camp, and the doctor, who doesn't like him very much in the beginning, says, "You've brought with you bad luck," because one of the workers was attacked by a lion. So he says, "No, it's no problem. He will take care of the lion tonight." And the pastor asks, can he go with him? So now they're sitting in a tree in the dark, and the pastor asks him, "So, how do you know this is going to work? Have you done it before?" And this guy, his name is Johnny, he says, "I've never even seen a lion, so I hope so." And nevertheless, they take care of that lion, and everyone's very happy and all. And they go on to build the bridge. And a few months down the line, you hear footsteps in the grass. And this one worker, he's looking into the distance as if he can sense the lion watching them with all the footsteps and the grass moving. And that night, there was a lion attack, and the same guy that was watching the long grass as if he knew there was something in it was the victim of the lion attack. So again, that night he sat in the tree, but instead of the lion coming to him, the lion went the other side of the village and attacked someone else. And I'll keep the long story not too long. Eventually, he called in some help from another hunter that came, and they went out with a whole group of, well, you can't say Bushmen because I can't remember the tribe's name, but some native tribe to the area. And they were hunting the lions down, because then they found out there's 2 of them, which is, there's never 2 male lions that hunt together. without pride or anything like that. They were just loners. And the natives said after they tried to hunt and the hunt failed, they said no, they're leaving because these are no lions, they ghosts. But naturally, they're not ghosts, but they saw them as ghosts. You can't kill them. And after quite a while, the builders that were helping with the bridge, or the workers, they all left because it got too dangerous. So there were only I think 3 people left plus the natives to the area, and they came up with a way to get these lions now because they had killed so many people. And now, of course, they build this thing to sit on at night, and that night the fog decides that it's going to come, and then they can't see anything. They can hear everything, and Johnny can sense that the lion's there because he can hear him walking around underneath this machine or stand that they built. And then I don't know what spooked the owl, but something spooked the owl, and the owl flew into him and he fell off the sand. And the lion thought, oh, this is my opportunity to attack. And he tried to attack Johnny but did not succeed. And the other hunter, I just can't remember his name, took out the lion, but there was only one of them. So now they go and they have a premature celebration because they've got the one. And that night, John had a not so nice dream. And first time I watched the movie, I really thought it was happening. I didn't think it was a dream because obviously a while down the line, and his wife comes to visit him in Africa, and then suddenly the lion reappears. So he wakes up only to realize that his friend has been taken. And that night they go looking for this lion, him and another person. But the lion comes to find them. And in the end, it starts in a tree just like it did in the beginning. But yeah, he survived, and the 2 lions, like I say, are somewhere in a museum in America. I can't remember which one. They do say which one in the movie. And yeah, they finished building the bridge. And yes, but if you guys watch the movie, then you'll also get the feeling of the scariness of the footsteps in the grass and everything like that.
Very,
And
very
that's it.
spooky.
Wait,
Lions.
James, is this the Ghost in the Darkness?
Ghost and the Darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I know that story.
Yes. But you know what's the more terrifying thing? Okay, I can tell you this as well. Yeah, on this farm where I live, long before I came here, granted the owners have only owned it for like 20 something years, and I've been here 10 years. There's many game reserves around us with, I forget what breed of hyena it is, but it's apparently the size of a lion, if not bigger.
Hyenas are no joke, dude. They are scary.
So my boss and his wife, naturally they were young, they went out to the pump house one night, and anyway, they come home, only to hear on the news the next day that this hyena had escaped and was in the area. And needless to say, when they went out again on the farm, they saw these massive footprints in the mud.
Jesus.
Naturally, it was dry. So the night before, while they were out doing water, there was a hyena out on the farm. So that's a very, very, very local, spooky, real life story.
Ghost in the Darkness is that's a classic.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I didn't realize that was the story you were telling until like towards the end there. I'm like, this sounds really familiar. Like, wait, what is this? Like something like Ghost in the Darkness. Yes, I know what this is. Yeah, that's a scary
Those
story.
lions are petrifying. They actually say if you go in the museum and you look in the eyes, you feel the fear that they caused.
That's creepy.
So creepy. Have you ever seen? There's a movie too, I believe.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's what I
they made.
watched.
Yeah,
Like,
it was a book originally. The book was good.
the first time I watched that movie, I was very small, and I remember my mom telling my sister, who's younger than me, must not watch this movie. And like any child, while everyone's asleep, what movie did she put on? She did not sleep for a few nights after that.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, the never-ending story with the nothing that terrified me still to this day.
I can't say I've ever watched it.
Found it boring.
We can't be friends anymore. Goodbye.
I like it though.
But
That's cool.
I've always
Um,
been into action movies or scary movies.
I'm not
as
really
long
a
as they're not
scary
too-
movie fan. I like mysteries because they're so easy to figure out.
I didn't shoot him. Trapdoor did.
I'm ready. No, I need my doors closed.
Oh.
Ooh,
Can't open
doors
for
closed
this.
and everything.
You can't come in either. It's like coming backstage. It's not allowed.
How many
Oh,
people
you're
can be
actually gonna
fit in
end up.
there?
You're gonna actually end up killing me too. So be careful. Everyone said.
Everyone's out of it. It's
All
your
right,
go
so
now.
I was spending like the whole time being like, all right, I need to get a story. I don't have a story. What do we got? So I think I got a pretty good one. I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, this story is called "It's Cold Outside."
Baby,
Baby, it's
cold
cold
outside.
outside.
You all thought the
Jinx.
same thing.
It's a good song, man.
It is.
Those jerks tried to ban it off the radio. Screw them.
Yeah, idiots.
Boo.
Boo.
So I'll go
Don't
ahead
kill the
and.
music. Yeah, go, Joey. Sorry.
Oh wait, sorry. I think my roommate needs me for a second. Yeah.
Best
Gotta
time.
go to the door. 1 second. No.
Okay, so it's Joey. I thought we were riding horses today.
God.
Horse
Oh,
riding day for everyone. Are you guys just
Joey.
staring deeply
It said
into
something
each
knocked,
other's
but there's
eyes?
no one there. All right. It's a little cold in here, though. I'm gonna put on a jacket.
Where's Bongo?
Ow.
All right, gang.
He went
Dude,
first.
Erica-
did
being
you?
annoying,
Did you?
so I put
He's
him away.
safe, right?
I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you your story.
Okay.
Erica
Where's
sat
Bongo?
grumbling in the chair as her family drove up to Pine Mountains Lodge. Every other kid was spending their vacation going to resorts or going snowboarding. But Erica's parents loved old places, so when they saw the lodge, they had to go. And they just want to have a good family vacation. That's the whole goal. When they got to the lodge, they found that it was, with no surprise, empty. They went up to the front desk and had to call the owner, who was watching TV in the back. I'm surprised you're here, he said gruffly, pulling out a key. We mostly get visitors around the summertime. He handed us the key, and Erica started walking away, but her mom held me back. It's so beautiful around this season, she pressed. Why do people only come in the summer? The man sighed and tapped a finger on the wooden desk. It's because of the cold wander, he murmured, and he scratched his face lightly, as though he didn't want to attract the attention of anyone. The cold wanderer? Erica asked a little loudly. The man shushed her and began a tale. A while back, there was an old hiker who came up here every year. He went on long hikes every day and was up in the mountains for most of his trip. The last time he ever came here was on his 97th birthday. He had stiff knees and poor eyesight, but he still wanted to go on his hike. Unfortunately, that was the night the blizzard struck. He couldn't move through the snick snow to get shelter because he was so frail, and just froze to death right there. Now it's rumored that every year on the eve of his death, he's looking for a new warm body to take over. Erica gasped, but both her parents rolled their eyes and dragged her off to their room. That night, as Erica lay in the stiff mattress of her bed, the owner knocked on her door and came in to close and lock all the windows. Erica asked, "Excuse me, I like to sleep with the windows open." The man turned around and gave her the evil eye. "You won't like it when the wind's a-blowing all night long," he answered gruffly. "You'll freeze your toes off." Erica ducked under the covers, mostly out of fright, and went to a fitful sleep. Erica woke just a few hours later for what she thought was no reason. Then faintly she heard a voice calling her. "Erica!" Let me in. It's so cold outside. Erica felt a shiver run down her whole spine. It's the cold wanderer, she thought, and although she was scared, she drifted back into her fitful sleep. The next day, Erica met the owner's son, Tim. At first, he scared her with his pale skin, bulging blue eyes, and the fact he never seemed to eat, but he proved to be an amazing horseshoes player. The only one Erica actually liked was Tim's dog, Missy. Erica spent a lot of time with Missy. At lunch, she saw her parents for the longest amount of time since they got there. They always seemed to be hiking the mountains, which scared Erica. Her parents couldn't convince her that the cold wanderer wasn't real. After lunch, Erica began playing a board game with Tim. Then she began to spill about last night to Tim. I don't want to freak you out, he told her, but tonight is the day of the hiker's death. He'll be looking for a new body. Erica's parents tucked her in that night. Bye, Erica. We'll be out in the lobby playing cards with the owner and his wife. No, cried Erica. The cold wanderer is out there. Don't leave me. Her parents laughed and started out the door. It's just an urban legend, said her mom. Now go to sleep. Erica woke up at 3 a.m., and she knew the cold wanderer had arrived. Erica! So cold out here. Let me in. Go away, screamed Erica. Erica! It's Tim. Let me in. I don't have a key, and it's so cold out here. Erica got up to open the door. But as Tim came in, she realized Tim was pale, he never ate, and he was scary. He had to be the cold wanderer. Never, screamed Erica. She then heard Missy's barking, and she heard Tim's screams as Missy chased him away. Erica quickly opened the door for Missy. She could protect her from the cold wanderer. Missy shook out her coat and looked up at Erica. Thanks for finally letting me in, Erica. It was so cold out there.
Oh god.
It's just really cold, guys.
Poor doggy.
Really cold.
No one's safe from the cold wanderer.
You know, throughout the whole story, I couldn't stop thinking about Pigcart, though. I gotta say.
I know he does. He
Why?
looks
It's just
freezing
so
cold.
cold.
You do look freezing cold.
Ghosts
Oh,
are
no.
pretty
Oh
cold.
no, you
Oh,
died.
So
you did the
cold.
thing.
Oh,
It's
And
so
then-
cold.
it's so cold. Oh my god.
You,
That's
stop that.
not creepy at all. You know,
What
it's
does he
funny when
do?
I was a couple weeks ago, I had started to look for some scary stories, right? And I came across one that was just like it was like a tiny little blurb, right? And it was titled "Raising a Psychopath." And so
Oh.
there's a mom in a grocery store with her 5-year-old son, and they see a family that's, you know, just right beside them down the aisle, right? And the son goes, "You see that girl over there? I'm going to teach her a lesson." And the mom looks at him and says, "Okay, what lesson are you going to teach her?" And he goes, "I'm going to teach her how to drown."
Oh.
I
That's
know,
pretty
right?
good.
Kids are terrible. They're the creepiest.
Kids are creepy.
Mine is extremely creepy sometimes. It's like, stop. So don't look at me like that.
Yeah.
Woo! Where's Joey?
I don't know, but I'm starting to get concerned because he just kind of left the game after that story. I think it was too much for him.
Oh,
No,
he left.
Umbro got him.
died and
He
just
left.
disappeared.
Dramatic exit.
Too
It was the
traumatic.
children.
It's so cold. It's so
Sorry.
cold.
Oh, he's got the blue skin on now.
It's so cold. I'm so cold.
Oh my goodness. The blue bat should wear that skin.
I'm so cold, Mike.